So I've survived day 2 and it went pretty well. I got up early this morning and I made toilet paper coffee because there were no coffee filters in the house. I didn't know that when I went shopping last night and bought coffee. So I just layered toilet paper in the coffee basket and then made coffee, and it was fine. It tasted just like any other kind of coffee that you make. And then I put on my suit because I was having lunch with my mentor, my advisor, like my faculty mentor. So I put on my suit, which is a skirt and suit jacket combo. I put the suit jacket in my backpack, put the skirt on with my sweater I'm wearing now, and cycled to campus to have the early morning meetings before I had lunch. And it wasn't really any more ridiculous. People were like, "You cycled in that?" And I was like, it wasn't any more ridiculous than the time I had to climb into my balcony at my apartment in the same suit on my first day of work, since I had locked my keys into the apartment. So it wasn't bad at all. Dismounting, a little tricky if you get a skirt caught on the seat, but I figured that out pretty quick. So I cycled to school, and that was nice. And the meeting was long, or the presentations were long, and people were talking about records, academic records. So something that'll be important to me later, but now I just needed to like put a face with the name of the person I would need to talk to about records. And then people came and talked about student organizations, and I was like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. And now it's the end of the day and I'm tired and I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. But maybe I'll do some of it because it's good to do things. I had lunch with my faculty mentor. She's a lovely person. I like her a lot. She's super smart, and we talked about sharks. So I don't know how many animals I have in my repertoire. I better brush up if every day is going to be a new animal with a new faculty person, to make sure that they remember me in a positive way. She's terrified of sharks, and another person at the table and I were talking about our fascination with sharks, so that was all very exciting. Yeah. Then I took the bus to HR and had a very nice man there hold my hand through waiving my insurance benefits because I don't want to be covered here and in Austin when Merlin has her second procedure. I don't want to mess up. I don't want there to be any question which insurance is responsible for those charges. So I don't have any insurance here. I still have my Austin insurance. If I crash on my bike, I guess I'll pay whatever you pay for out-of-network care. But I got that all handled. And it was good that I went down there because he gave me another piece of paper I needed. I'm going to send all that to William and try to get that ball rolling to get the insurance shifted when it's time. Then what did I do? Oh, about my Latin book. Here it is. My Latin textbook, Introduction to Latin. I'm very excited. The people in the meetings keep talking about, or in the speeches keep talking about how smart we all are and how hard graduate school is. So I think there's sort of like a hidden message sandwiched in between these two, which is that being smart is only going to get you so far, and that it's going to be a lot of effort and struggle. And I'm already experiencing that, which is probably not a good sign, but I think 6 different people asked me what my research project was yesterday, and I gave 6 different answers. And everybody else seems to sort of have a project. They're running labs, they're doing experiments, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna read some stuff and write some stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll change some stuff. That's kind of where I am. So that's a little discouraging. The undergrad show last night was shorter than the night before and ended by midnight, and involved a tarantula. And for a while I just thought they were like talking about tarantulas, like, oh, tarantulas, whatever. They drank too much and were talking about tarantulas. I don't need to drink anything to talk about cats or sharks, so who am I to judge? But but then this sort of high-pitched panic started edging their voice, and they're like, "Oh, God, who knew it would move that fast?" And I think maybe they had a real tarantula over there and did not know what they were doing with it. But they were passed out by midnight, and I listened to a Yale Open course on medieval history. I just put my headphones in and listened to the Yale professor until I fell asleep, and that worked really well. It didn't drown out the noise, but something about that guy's voice puts me to sleep. Um, Other than that, no, met some more nice people today. I'm meeting somebody tomorrow for coffee to maybe be part of her research project. She has a research project, so maybe I can be part of hers and that will help me with mine. I did have a little idea. I've taught ESL for so many years and I always do all these art projects to try to get kids engaged with the language in a visual way and also in a tactile way. I'm a really tactile learner. I can listen and I can learn that way, and I can certainly watch things and learn that way, but my best learning happens when I just try it and mess it up and then try it a different way and then keep trying it until I get things going forward. So, so I'm thinking about maybe running myself through some of the assignments that I used to make my students do and make comic books out of the things I'm reading and make, three-dimensional models of sentences and, try to figure out little artistic and tactile projecty ways to represent the language and help solidify it because now I'm starting to panic about getting a good grade in this class and how quickly it's going to go. I've already talked to 2 people who've dropped out of summer language courses because it's too intense and too much. So, so yeah, and that if I document it here and like show you some of the things I do, then keep a record of it, then maybe that will be my project, and I can talk about how art and language reinforce each other, and how important art is in education, um, and how important making things is to the study of writing and the teaching of writing. So that's where I am right now, and I'm gonna go take a shower because I've been riding all over town and now I'm tired. And then tomorrow I'll meet my friend for coffee and see how I can be helpful in her project, and maybe that will give me some ideas too. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.